Hello, friends. I am going to take you on part of my walk. Oh, look at that. Oh, the sun. It's a beautiful day. The snow is melting. The sun is shining. But I am out on a walk to get some fresh air. And I highly recommend one of my strong core values, pillars of health, foundation and rise is to get yourself outside every day. That is not my message today. I just want to remind you, get yourself outside. You don't know how many people I come across that go days on end without spending some time outside. So here's your reminder. There's no bad weather. Well, there is wind. I really hate the wind, but there's only bad clothing. So if you're somewhere where it's snowy or rainy or cold, just buckle up and get some fresh air. But I was just listening to one of my favorite podcasters, Rachel Hollis. I love that girl. She's soul, she's faith, she's real, she's vulnerable. But and her message, I'll share it below, is a 15-minute podcast. But I've been really searching. Those of you, there's a lot of you in here that are also coaches. You lead others. You might be a coach just in your, not just in your household. That's the biggest coaching position you can have. But I think you can relate as a coach. Sometimes it's hard to explain what we do to help people. I know when it comes to fitness, I can easily say, you show up to a workout class, you get in better shape, your mood gets better, your mind gets better. But as I'm developing, and I'm just sharing with you all to be real, as I am developing into the next version of myself in this Rise Collective, it's really been challenging me. I don't want to say to really be able to share like what this initiative is about, what I'm feeling called to. And having just wrapped up the first 30 days with our group, I love these God winks. This is a part of our program, is what you listen to, what you're hearing. I really, really, really believe that when you put something in the forefront of your brain, so something you're looking for, seeking, and this is why it's really important, what you tell yourself, what you're saying to yourself, what you're speaking into yourself, you've got to plant those good seeds, because what happens is your magnetic force field of a brain, how amazingly it is then going to go seek information to match those files. So many people, are in negative files. They're in victim mode. They're in stuck. Do you know most people would rather be stuck? They wouldn't say this or admit it, but it's just what happens. They would rather be stuck in a bad job. They'd rather be stuck in a bad relationship. They'd rather be stuck in financial ruins or just feeling lost. And like I said, it's not because they choose that, it's just it's comfortable. The unknown is so uncomfortable for people, not knowing what would happen if you change jobs, not knowing what would happen if you leave a relationship that's not serving you, not knowing what would happen if you go all in on yourself to actually save your marriage and save your relationship, right? These are things that are so powerful. And it really is a small group of people out there that are doing the work, that want to keep growing. And I think this is such a beautiful concept because God did not make us to become the best version of ourselves at 18 or 25 or 30 or 40 or 50. Like I think of women in their 70s and 80s that have so much wisdom and life experience. Like we are meant to be growing and evolving as humans. Like God did give us unique purposes and gifts, and those can develop over decades and change course a little, but you have to be a willing participant in the relationship of growth of who you're meant to be. And I love this podcast because she talked about the concept that I feel really strongly about too. In order to be a leader, you've got to be able to lead yourself. And just take a look at your life right now. How are you leading yourself? Are you walking the walk? Are you getting coaches? I always tell everyone, if you're investing in coaches, you better make sure your coaches have coaches pouring into them. Are you get your butt back in gear when you fall off? We're all human. Are you doing the foundations that you're asking others to do? You cannot change anybody else. You can be the catalyst, you could be the inspiration, but it starts with yourself, like doing the work yourself. I think about that in my own family and relationship. I went all in on coaching and spiritual work and my faith walk, and thankfully my husband got on board, but it wasn't because I was nagging or forcing him. It's because we got to a point where we either going all in or it's going all the wrong way. And so it starts by leading yourself. You do not have the power. Let me save you a lot of heartache, a lot of time and energy. You do not have the power to make anybody else change, to make anybody else want to grow. But you do have the power to continue to lead yourself, to continue to pour into yourself, to continue to have people around you that pour into you during those valleys, right? That's a huge part of having coaches and mentors. We're all going to hit those valley seasons, those storms. What's your anchoring system? Who's helping push you through the valley, right? It doesn't say you're going to get stuck and pitch a tent in the valley. One of the most powerful scriptures as I walk through the valley. So yeah, I just want to share, I guess there's a bunch of messages in here, but yeah, as I'm sharing more and inviting women into my own Rise Collective, whether that's for you or not, we do have a couple seats for a few more ladies to join. It definitely speaks to a specific woman, and it's all on faith, fitness, foundations, those four kingdoms of health: emotional, physical, spiritual, and mental. And again, it's guiding you on taking the steps each day to keep growing, to keep going. What are you putting in? And it is amazing. The reason I'm so passionate about this is because I have walked the walk and I continue to walk the walk, and I want to help other women now walk the walk, because it has seriously transformed my life, my marriage, the way we're raising our kids, the atmosphere in our home, not living a life of regret, of should have, would have, could have, being able to take action and just step into each new day, knowing you are an evolving version of yourself each and every day, and there is no age limit on that. So there's my message today. Get yourself armed with a superpower team. Keep believing in yourself. Keep going. And of course, if you are interested in becoming part of our Rise Coaching Collective, I'm loving it. Lots of different coaches coming in. Again, the collective means we're doing this together as a mastermind, but I will be leading coaching calls twice a month. We have a private channel, not on Facebook or Instagram, where we communicate daily. We share devotionals, we share podcasts, we share things that we come across throughout the day. And then there's, of course, the foundations that we work on in those four kingdoms of health, fitness, faith, foundations, mind, body, spirit, emotions. So I love you all. If you're watching this, you're one of those people in the elite club. Oh, I'll end it with this. That is working on themselves. May you forever be a work in progress. Like I said, I believe that is what God intends and wants for us. And that means you have to be a willing participant, an action taker. But I love how Rachel said, it's a small club. It's a small club. It's an exclusive club. And the cost of entry into it is not easy or cheap, but it is worth it in every single way.